as I told you early on, we're going to celebrate teachers ahead of Teachers Day tomorrow, which is World International Teachers Day, and teachers across the globe are going to be celebrated. We're going to look at the conditions of teachers and how teaching and learning is becoming. Is it becoming more difficult? Is it becoming more interesting? Is it becoming more appealing by day? And look at some of the complaints of teachers and how they have been handled. So when I come back from after picking these messages, I'm going to introduce my guest to you. So as I told you earlier, you welcome back, and then we'll be doing this with the teachers. And I'm expecting 2 teachers here, and I have one currently with me who I'm going to start this show with, and I have Divine K. Boachi, who is a teacher. Mr. Boachi, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You know, sometimes it's interesting how people write their names, and so you can only end up and say it's a noun, so it doesn't matter, because the spelling of your Boachi. Yeah. Is it a normal Boachi we know, the Akan Boachi, or this is a German Boachi?
This Eve Boachi.
Eve Boachi.
Yes,
oh, okay.
This Eve Boachi.
I guess it's the same Boachi that we know. Maybe because of migration and all those.
I think so.
Oh, okay. All right. That's nice. So, congratulations, Ayoko, on teachers. I may not get the opportunity to talk to you tomorrow. It'll be your day. So I'm saying Ayoko in advance, because you teachers have made us who we are today. So we say Ayoko.
Thank you.
Yes. Talking about World Teachers Day, or Teachers Day in general, everybody knows it's worth celebrating. But as teachers, are you satisfied with the way we celebrate you on these special days?
Thank you. In the first place, let me take just a second to extend greetings to my wife and my children, because I left them very early.
Oh, okay.
Around 3 o'clock.
Wow.
So, Hanam Lalo, good morning. I'm safe. Benedicta Boachi, Benjamin Boachi, Doris and Dorcas Boachi, my twins, lovely ones. Good morning to the family. As the question goes, what even brought about this International World Teachers Day? I think in 1966,
yes,
the International Labour Organization and then the UNESCO, I think they thought it wise to celebrate teachers upon looking at the status of teachers. And this was finally maybe proclaimed by the UNESCO in 94. And the 5th October was set to celebrate teachers. But as your question goes, are we celebrated well? In a way, yes and no.
Okay, so let's know the yes first.
The yes is that if you are doing something and someone tries to celebrate you, that one alone, I think, is worth it. They have recognized your contribution. So I think we'll take it like that, that yes, is that. How are we celebrated? What is given to a teacher? When you look at our conditions, if it is Farmers' Day, I think holiday will be given to the whole nation. But I'm surprised. Teachers' Day, is it a holiday? I'm not sure. Even Best Teachers' Day in Ghana is not a holiday. So how can we participate? Because we're supposed to be in school.
So usually you organize it at your school levels, you organize it, so you send some of the kids there.
Fine, we start from...
So for instance, World Teachers Day, like tomorrow, it's usually celebrated by way of sometimes training, sometimes at your union levels,
Yeah.
and sometimes at. But the Ghana, the Teachers' Day celebration here in Ghana, it's usually massive, except for the fact that it's not declared a holiday.
Yeah.
But it's usually massive, and I think teachers should be appreciative of.
Yeah, that's what I said from the beginning, that it's worth it. But my question is, if, let's take that from the circuit level through the district to the regional, even if those ones will not be holiday, but what about the national? Where maybe my friend or my brother or my sister is going to be honored. Wow, how will I get there if it's not a holiday and I'm supposed to be with my kids? So these are some of the things that we think is not going well with teachers. Because we must be given a chance to go. Because Farmers' Day, you see a lot of people across the country, whatever they are celebrating it, they will go there. They will follow maybe their fathers, their sisters, their brothers, who may be honored that day. What about teachers? It's not a holiday.
So can we say that you need your students and your pupils around during your day? So if you are organizing something in your school, they will be around. If you make it a holiday and they stay at home and you don't come to school, how do they join your celebration?
Okay, that's why I said from the circuit level through the district level, regional level, I think it can be as it is. Yeah. But for the national one, that one I don't think, maybe I may be a teacher that may be honored and I'm going there. I have two kids in different schools who may be happy to follow me, but it's not a holiday. Meaning I'm taking them out of class and they may lose something. So I think for the national one, it should be as they are honoring us.
So we'll take it from you that Mr. Divine K. Boachi is advocating for a holiday, or you think it's a general thing that all teachers want that day to be declared a national holiday?
I think it will go with all teachers because, as I'm saying, or I said earlier, you are my friend. I'm going to be honored. And you are in a different school. It's not a holiday. Then it means you have to write permission before you can follow me. And what about your class? So I think the national one should be a holiday for teachers.
I see. Anyway, so now let's come down to the teaching profession itself. And recently, government did so well by bringing back your cooler.
Okay.
There are a lot of interventions that government, or not just this government, but successive government have put in place to make teachers happy and to make the working conditions conducive for teachers over the years. How would you describe the teaching profession?
Thank you. From the cola, let me start from there. I've been teaching for quite a long time now. And I don't remember going on strike before cola is given to teachers or workers. Let me go that way. At times, from the rollings time, you'll be there at the end of the month, you get to the bank, you see some upward adjustment. Then you contact your friend, please, I've seen something. What about, yes, I've seen some 50 Ghana, or I've seen so and so. Then later before you'll be hearing that they call it COLA. That's the cost of living allowance. But this very one, we have to go on strike. Workers should go on strike before COLA was given. And we were giving 15%.
That was what your leaders negotiated.
You see, maybe later I'll talk about our leaders too.
Okay.
2, since I've been receiving COLA, I don't remember that COLA is taxed. But this very one, per our calculations, it means it was taxed. I don't know whether it will be reversed. I was surprised.
It's supposed to be an allowance. So
it's an allowance.
Allowances are not supposed to be. We have taxable allowances and non-taxable.
But COLA, as I was saying,
it's non-taxable.
I haven't experienced it before until this one.
Okay.
So if actually government is putting, excuse me, have certain things to appreciate or to encourage us, why should this allowance be taxed? how much is even the allowance? Let's take it at the 15%. You'll be surprised that we have workers. Let me expand it
Yes.
to not only teachers, because when you get to the secondary school, we have the non-teaching. People are earning 600 cedis today, or 700
as
cedis
their monthly salary?
as their monthly salary. So
Within the
15%.
Ghana Education Service?
Yeah. 15%.
You are talking about non-teaching or
non-teaching staff. Because we have the laborers, we have the kitchen, we have the other people who are working.
And they are on government payroll?
Yes.
Yet they are receiving...
You have the security. 700 cedis. Less than 1,000. So 15 cedis. Even if it is 1,000, 15% will be hot.
Go ahead. You are my teacher.
So if it is taxed again, then how much has been given to me? At times, I feel sad when people say teachers' reward is in heaven. So are they telling me the parliamentarians will not go to heaven?
Now, before you go to your reward, which is in heaven, this whole communication about COLA, negotiations by your leaders, and all those things, I get there is a channel of communication back to you, the members of the unions, right? So these questions as to whether your COLA is taxable, non-taxable, or after receiving your money you realize that it has been taxed or something, I think there should be a way you communicate with your union, because you didn't bargain. They went to do the bargaining on your behalf. So what communication were you given? Because we don't want it to look like successive governments have been doing so much for teachers, yet it's as if constantly teachers keep complaining.
As I said, the leadership for teachers, teacher unions, is our major problem.
Why?
From my viewpoint, from my viewpoint, today, my first question is, if you are not on government payroll, why should you negotiate for teachers or those on government payroll? Because we have few leadership or executives of NAT who are not on government payroll.
Does it mean they are not teachers?
I don't know how they say they are on secondment, and they are not on government payroll. It's the union that pays them. There are few of them. And then how can you negotiate for somebody who is on government payroll? That's my first point. Two, are they going there with clear conscience to negotiate, or they are going there for other things? I quite remember that we have to even go on air and curse. There was a lady who rained curses on leadership, that if they are not careful and they've gone for any tea or any brown envelope for the exchange of the 15%, we're even fighting more than 15%, because, as I said, the salary level is so low. So 15% should have even not be talking about. But the actual thing is, when they go there, you know, let me take you back a little. When we were granted 4% increments 2 years ago, I don't know whether you listened to the explanation given to us by our own members.
Leaders? Yes,
our leaders. The whole government said if you don't accept the 4%, there will be redundancy. They will not take more teachers. Is the union a union for non-employed teachers or employed teachers? So those of us who are in it, we are not seeing through well. Then you are talking about those who will not be employed. I'm not selfish. I'm not saying they shouldn't recruit more teachers. But the question is, are you the mouthpiece of government, that you go and come back and tell us that government said if you don't accept 4%, so and so and so will happen?
Mr. Bati, not to cut you, but I'm a bit confused and worried over here.
Yep.
But you mentioning that there are people amongst your leadership who are actually not one of you.
Yes, they are not on government payroll. You can cross-check vividly.
But the word secondment, if we say somebody is seconded, let's say you are a teacher on government payroll, you are supposed to be in a classroom, or you are supposed to be in the office, circuit office and all those things. And then you are being moved from the classroom or from core GES functions to the office. You'll be seconded, meaning you are working for NAT, NAGRAT, or whatever, but then your name is still in government system. That is secondment. So if you use the word secondment, it means government is aware that this is my staff, but he's doing an auxiliary work for the sake of, for the good of my agency. You answer this. I'll just take a quick message. When I come, I want to come to you because the word secondment, it's by law. And so I'm a bit confused at the direction you are going. He will talk about this when we come back.